All right, what's going on with everybody? Uh, waiting everybody out in the chat more so. Going for my first live segment in a minute. So, of course, everybody kind of seen what today's topic is. More so, trying to talk about their favorite, strong showing of a WWE professional wrestler or professional wrestler. Period. More so, throughout any industry or any any performance center you could think of. Um, Predominantly, we seen my first hand pick. I predominantly pick um, Brock Lesnar, most reference of the professional wrestlers strongest. So for that, I say feat of strength and just pure explosiveness because we've seen this on display several times. Um, Literally, I could name a few more names in there. Literally, if there was ever, um, Keith Lee's another different hybrid. More so, he's definitely a big rounded powerhouse because he can do a lot. Like him and Braun Strowman are probably definitely up there as far as like powerhouses as far as strength is concerned. And when you talk about strength, as far as like professional wrestlers, respectfully, always you got to put Mark Henry on a high category list. That's because he competed for so long, and we can obviously see, through the wear and tear over the years, he was dedicated. Um, Another strong as you could say on there, definitely John Cena, but one that don't get a lot of love more so per se. Definitely Cesaro, or I forgot his AEW name as of right now. But he is definitely used to be pound for pound one of like the strongest guys that you can go in the gym with. More so, and you're gonna have a good, hard, long workout session. So there's Cesaro. I would throw Big Show in there more so because of you know height, weight. Attributes always contribute to a major factors per se. Um, so yeah, that's one of the major things. Uh, how's it going? Part whatever. So yeah, Big Show's definitely he's up there. I've said John Cena. There's a few other more strong professional wrestlers that there's been throughout, this time frame. I would say, I would probably say definitely, um, I would say Batista, but his level of strength to me only came from a certain degree. I couldn't really see him, one up a Big Show by himself like how Brock does more so. Hello, Sling King. How's it going? Um, but yeah, I said Braun Strowman. Even Crispin, or hate to say his name, but Crispin Benoit, 50 Cent. Yeah, oh man, thank you, G. 50 Cent. Uh, but yeah, I would say Drake. Sling King. What you want to say, my guy? Yo, but but yeah, talk about strongest wrestlers right now. Shoot, 'cause there's a few. There's actually a few. Abyss from TNA. He's also definitely one that's up there more so. Bobby Lashley's also. What's going on, Broski? Bobby Lashley's also another one that needs to get talked up there because the level of strength the man shown when he was there was ridiculous. Him, there's another one I want to say. Farouk's kind of like a big guy, but to the level of strength, it was to a degree. Few of I say now are to a degree. Um, I don't know how Triple H shows a great level of strength as well too. Also, I don't remember if anybody also remembers too. I seen him spine buster the Big Show one time. It was actually it had me shook. I was like, oh wow. You never have, unfortunately. Or other song. Okay, I never heard that one. Um, so, but yeah. Um, what we got? There's a few more of the strongest hospital in there. Okay. But yeah, there's probably like a few more others like strongest wrestlers. I'm trying to like also name off the top. Um, because there's a lot of them that show a great level of strength. Like, Roman Reigns is definitely one I should have put up there, but I forgot to name him because his style transitioned so much to what he can do anyway. Because he can do a lot. Uh, would say Rikishi. I would say Kane is definitely another powerhouse that's transcended more so. I've seen this man like I don't know if it's just him or just raw strength or was it help. Double chokeslam, I think it was like 250 pound men on each side. I was like, oh wow. I didn't know if it was help. It had to be, but the amount of strength I would say is definitely unique. There's another one. I would say Undertaker, but to the level of degree, there's only but so much I'll probably seen him do more so. Another one. I'm trying to get another one off the list. Today, okay, help me. Brian Cage is also kind of another one to the level of degree I didn't watch a whole lot of his strength, but yeah. Also, you know what? I almost forgot this guy somewhat to a degree. I want to say Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash to a point. I want to give Hulk Hogan some credit, but I think the whole Andre slam thing was more Andre than it was him. When I look back at it, I'm just biased. I'm not a Hogan guy no more. Um, that's I'm trying to think of another powerhouse that also been around. You could say, I mean, this guy has had like several different names: A Train, or oh, what was his name? Tenzai. So I mean, it's another powerhouse guy you could kind of throw in there. Would throw Rock, but to a level of degree, we only seen that level of strength more so. Um, so yeah, he can kind of go up there, but like I said, it's to a degree. It's not like it's every time. Um, because when I think strength, I mean like strength and endurance. Like it can go throughout. One of the things like the things I think that pokes out strength wise is it's like conditioning wise. Because I've seen Bobby Lashley. And this is like I think way back in '07. It was a match with him and Viscera, R.I.P. Can't forget his name, actual name off the top right now, but um, there was two times that when he had like twice scoop slammed him in a match more so, and for me that's a different level of strength to where I'll discuss and talk with people as well. More so when I talk about for the level of degree of strength that I'm more so talking about, like you can have like strength taking moments and everything else like that. Like Kurt Angle is also another one that's like his strength is just ridiculous for the guy of his frame. And when he was in the ring, he was Kurt Angle was definitely like one of my top five all time. More so when you talked about just wrestling period, because it's like it's not going to stay on the topic, but when it comes to like pure wrestling period, I think there's my top five on this are Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho's and Undertaker is like my top five as of right now of all time. So, but going back to the main topic, so I'm trying to think of a level of degree of strength. because you also had guys that were in there for like short periods of time because it was like they had all the main event caliber more so. I'm trying to get guy's name off the top of my head. He wasn't like in a new breed of ECW, or like he was Ezekiel Jackson more so because he showed levels of strength that was actually kind of ridiculous as well. So Ezekiel Jackson's also up there, but not highly ranked because of how long he didn't kind of last, and that's the only thing. Like guys that are like you know, have the frame and everything and have the showcasing, they never do last without the mic skills. So a few of these guys, like, unfortunate because they either needed a manager or they were just not mic skills were not up because Romans had developed over time more so. Step back. Okay, but yeah, I'm trying to think of who else might put on here. I don't know if anybody else want to throw a name on here. It's only one person in the live. Um, another head. I'm trying to think strength wise because there's guys that show a great level of degree of strength more so. I'm trying to think because there's a guy that's in AEW. He used to roll around with Christian or so. Was a tall guy wore a mask. I'm pretty sure he's not really like doing anything crazy strength wise or so. Let's say to the level of degree Damian Priest, but I've only seen like small fractions more so, if that makes sense. Probably against like matches like against like Braun Strowman and whatnot, but yeah, I don't really see too many people that's like probably like being thrown on the list or so. I mean, you could say Ultimate Warrior, you could say Macho Man to a degree because I've seen Ultimate Warrior, press slam Andre the Giant, which I thought literally was more impressive than Hulk Hogan's scoop slam, to be honest. So, but I don't know if that was all Andre. Again, it's professional wrestling. It's already timed. It's already script. So I can't really like say who had it best, but who was better that night. But yeah, trying to think of another one. Um, believe it or not, I would also include like I said Braun, but literally any single member of the Wyatt family were definitely like freakish athletes with strength. So even went down to Eric and RIP Luke Harper. So um yeah, I don't really know too many other names that I'm going to really like kind of throw on this list so far. And it's not like a wide range. It's just the fact that, you know, again, there's a level to a degree of strength, and some guys' careers, they either didn't have it, didn't have the push, or they just never had that moment more so. Like Montez Ford showed a great amount of strength one time when he slammed Otis. So I'm like, oh man, like, yo, there's strength behind it. I mean, Ricochet has also showed a different level of strength, even though he's in AEW now. But yeah, like there's for me different moments of strength and conditioning of strength more so. And conditioning is when you can do it like repetitively throughout the times. And repetitively, I've seen Brock German suplex a Braun Strowman of a Big Show several times, 4, 5, 6 different times in the matchup. I've seen him demolish Mark Henry more so. I've seen him demolish, you know, bigger men with his 290 to 300 pound frame more so. So that's where I think the increments of the difference margins of strength for me shows more so. It's the conditioning more so of how these athletes and showcase their strength more so when they're on the platforms. But if there was anybody else that anybody wanted to throw a name in the chat, they could have thrown another name at any point. Um, and again, I don't think everybody. So any point in time, like anybody could throw a name more so too. Um, there's been some WCW guys that had awesome showcase of strength. Buff Bagwell was, another one. I was like, okay, well, yeah, he's definitely show it. Lex Luger definitely shown it. I'm trying to remember because there's a few more people, who, slam Big John said. Tony Atlas was another one. He's another great, athlete that showed, for me, a great conditioning, the strength, depending on the level or degree of you look at it. And like I said, it's just more so when they show it repetitively throughout the time. Like I've seen Roman, repetitively Samoan drop, you know, a near 400, 500 pound man every single time. So that's where it's like, okay, there's a different level to a degree of strength more so. Even, when his was time when he was Big E was also another one. Also, you know what? I almost forgot this man's name too. No disrespect, Sheamus. Sheamus also showed me different levels of conditioning and strength more so over the years, more so. I've seen him like, White Noise, The Big Show, or, several different other things. Yeah, I've seen the conditioning repetitively, more so throughout his tenure. Like I said, there's probably maybe like a few more other names that I probably like haven't named or so. I've told you my, top five all time list, but I told you my top, as far as feet of strength, I was probably Brock is definitely up there. Braun Strowman is definitely like an anomaly. Mark Henry is up there, probably like all time as far as like record holders, more so as currently on WWE or WWE or wrestler period or so, who's a Hall of Famer in my book. Um, Also there's I would say John Cena definitely pound for pound, and then Cesaro's probably number five. So, but that's just my top five list. I don't know if anybody else is in here to probably got another name they wanted to throw in more so. I really just wanted to list the probably a couple of names off and say like where the level of strength was and everything. If anybody had any objections more so or any other names they want to throw in that spot or in a more so favorite, probably should have did a poll, seeing whoever anybody wanted to pick. I know at one point I was going to say I wanted to see a dream match because I didn't see this guy's level of strength to the same degree, but to a point more so. Jacob Fatu. I do want to see now. Do want to see this is probably like on the side note, I probably have wanted to see a match between Jacob Fatu, Brock Lesnar, don't matter whatever you put him in, because ain't no regardless. Um and I wanna say any era of Super Cena could probably match that, and it would probably be a decent matchup. I would want to throw Roman in there for the velocity, maybe so, but I'm not too sure. You know what? And now that I'm thinking about it, this is another character who shows, different amount of strength and feet that I've seen progress over time. Drew McIntyre, because it was definitely his transformation from when he left to when he came back. And the journey for that, shown different levels of strength also as well. But going back to that dream match, yeah, that's probably I would. You know what? Now I'm thinking about it, I would probably throw McIntyre in there as well. More so, I've grown to like him more with his heel runs, and I absolutely love the smack talking more so on, the him and Punk and everything else like that. I was talking to my buddy the other day. I was saying I would love to see Drew and Seth just partner up for a few, probably not long term, but just short term, just to wreak havoc or so on the roster, and more so make it a thing where it's more so about the belt than it is about the partnership. But that would probably be the main driving force since, Gunther has it now. And I feel like you could implement that into maybe the Elimination Chamber, maybe something else, and then maybe gravitate towards going towards, breaking it off sooner or later, and then letting them carry, like I said, their own self because they feel like they can, they're at that plateau where their name carries their weight or so, especially with Seth over the years. And then McIntyre for the body of work that he's put in a lot now. Um, but yeah, that's like definitely my list as far as like top five strongest. More so, I didn't know if anybody else wanted to throw in any other names more so, but yeah, those are my picks, and I am standing on the fact that I really feel like those levels of strength will actually can put on a show from different point of views more so. When I was mentioning that fatal 4-way dream match more so for me, it was more so the fact because everyone provides a different element more so. And I would never want to see another Brock Lesnar or Goldberg ever again. And I'll vouch for that one more time. The first one, the very, very first one, because the second one only did Goldberg justice more so because he couldn't go longer than 5 minutes. So, anyways, I don't know if anybody else had any other names they wanted to throw. I appreciate everybody for commenting and joining in. Um, I'm definitely will be going live later. I'll go on live on probably my other platforms in a few. Um, if anything, you take it easy. Have a good rest of your afternoon, and I will talk to you later.